So for those that are out there doing account-based marketing and also hosting a lot of events, you'll want to check this out. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to associate companies to the events that their employees attend. If you're really going after things at an account level, it's always awesome to be able to see what companies attended what events and how many events a company has attended. Just a couple of workflows, you're going to have it set up. So jumping into HubSpot, our first workflow is going to be how we grab the event ID and put it onto that company. Let's call this one passing the event ID to the company. I'm going to look at the custom events and external events and find app events, which is very cool. Extremely hyped on this new feature from HubSpot. We're going to look at, I'm going to shout out to the box connector. I got you guys in here. But I have the event Hapily app events. You'd be able to see all of the apps that you have installed in their events. I'm going to do the event check-in. So when someone checks in, we're going to fire off this app event, and this app event has different properties that we can grab things from. So when this fires, eligible records, you could also filter different things if you'd like. I'm going to do this all the time, and I'm also going to re-enroll because I want contacts to enroll in this multiple times. So let's save and continue. And now when that person checks in, we're going to look at this app event and grab the event ID, and we're going to throw that on the company into a property that I've created that is a string or a single line text in layman terms that is the latest attended event ID. So to do that, I'm going to jump into the edit record. So I'm going to edit the record. I'm going to edit the company. So the associated company, I want to update their primary company. And that property I want to do is that latest attended event ID. I grab that. I want to use that event that I just checked into. So I actually attended this event. So to find that property from our app event, first click into the value, then click into the view properties or action outputs from, scroll down, and you should see trigger event properties and our event check-in app event that we actually triggered the entire workflow from. Once I click that, click event ID, and there you have it. Super straightforward. Now what we've done is when a contact attends an event, this workflow will fire based upon the app event firing, and it will then copy the event ID and put it onto the contact's primary company. Now we'll turn this on, and we're going to need one more workflow because now we need to associate the company to the event because now they have matching properties, which is the record ID of the event and the latest attended event ID, which is exactly the same on the company. So this is a very easy workflow that I've already created since it's pretty straightforward. Called associate attending companies to events. The trigger for this is going to be once the latest attended event ID is known, and you want to keep re-enroll on so that companies can get in this multiple times. Once you do that, it's as simple as creating the association with the native associations. RIP, associate, love you to death. Enrolled object company, object to associate the Hapily event. And we don't need a label, but feel free to add one if you need it. And this is going to work by matching property values, which is the latest attended event ID that's on the company, and then the record ID of the event. And now you're going to have the company associated to the event when someone registers. What's next? What can I do with this data? What can I do with all these companies associated to my event object? The first thing I thought of is I want to see how many events a certain company has gone to. Maybe I want to segment them a certain way, or maybe I want to just look for someone that's really showing up to my event so I can pack the room. We'll create a custom property here. So jumping into settings and then properties. Let's create a property on the company that's number of attended events. So click here, company, create that property. We're going to do it manually because that's how we do. We're going to do number attended events. That field type is going to be a roll-up, and we're going to be the count formatted of the associated events. And what record property? We always have to put something in this, which is kind of silly, but you put in the record ID. So you could even go further with this and maybe say if there's a certain event type or maybe a certain event topic that you want to see if they've attended a certain amount of those, you could filter further by adding conditions to this roll-up field. But now when you create this on the event object, you're going to be able to see how many events a company has gone to. So it's as simple as that. Go through your standard registration. And now when anybody registers and they check in, Boom, your company is going to be associated to the event. It's going to be lovely. What that's going to look like is, let's take a look at Atari, and I'll look at that property that we just created, which is the number of attended events. And lo and behold, Atari's attended too, because if you check it out, if you scroll down, you could see that they've been associated to 2 events. For all you ABM marketers out there, you can now easily associate your companies to events that people attend. And that's another way we'll event happily.